What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Silly and Tucker'd podcast Beyond Repair. I'm Ethan Tucker.
I'm Steve Hicks.
And we are here to talk about everything under the sun. We're going to talk about some children's ministry. We're going to do maybe a little bit of magic. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to have a great time for the next few moments here. It's going to feel like an eternity, but it's only a short while. I was thinking about this today, Steve, and if you're wondering why my voice is hoarse, you know that in children's ministry, we preach and we leave it all out there, no crumbs. And so I preached four services. And so I thought maybe to start off the show today, we could just go ahead and do a little weekend recap. And so I'll go first here.
You preached four services this weekend?
Four services this weekend
Nice.
in Decaturville, Tennessee.
Nice.
Great services, great church, Decaturville Pentecostal Church. And so shout out to all of those DPC people. And great day. Came in on Friday and had our first service Friday night. They were doing a Lego themed. Have you ever done a Lego themed revival?
I love it. Yeah. We've done that at our kids' church before too. I love it.
I love the Lego themed revival. So went in, they were building their life on Jesus. It's cool. Decor was out of this world, like unbelievable. These giant, massive Lego blocks and things like that. So did our first service.
Yes, I was going to say I've been to that church before too, and when they say they're going to decorate, they take it to the next level. They do an awesome job.
Legit. Like it was like Macy's Day, Thanksgiving Day parade float style decorating. They had this tunnel that you'd walk through and had like all these lights and like all these colors, like it was built out of Legos. It was really, really cool. And so the cool thing was they said that all the boxes they got, like that they wrapped to make them look like Lego blocks, all came from one lady in their church. She just has a massive Amazon addiction. And so that's where they got all the box. I don't know. I'm making that up, but
that's intense.
That was like the inside joke all week that we had. So Friday night had one get the Holy Ghost, and that was really cool. Saturday night, they were brothers, and Friday night the older brother got the Holy Ghost. Saturday night the younger brother said, well, if he's going to get it, then I've got to get it. And so he got it on Saturday night, and then we had a girl in their youth group get it on Sunday morning. And then they asked me to stay over and like pulpit preach, which I don't know about you, but I don't get asked very often to do that. So when they ask me, I normally will say, yes, I enjoy doing it. I do it at home on rotation. And so I preached Sunday night and ended up singing Sunday night with them as well at altar call. We sang some old school Fred Hammond, we're blessed in the city. And so lost my voice, which I remember yesterday. For all those that are watching and listening, there's not normally a day, I would say there's not a day that goes by that me and you don't at least text or not call. We talk pretty often. And I remember calling you Monday and you heard me. I sounded awful.
Pretty much every day.
Yeah, so the fact that I sound as good as I am, and they're like, this guy sounds awful. I was like, I'm really thankful for microphones. And I've got to preach Wednesday night at home because I'm student pastor here, and then I got to preach Friday night in New Haven, Missouri. So 3 got the Holy Ghost, great weekend, Great church, awesome kids. And so I'm really excited. But I'm excited to be back recording episode 2 of the podcast. I'm so excited. I can't tell you. Episode 2, I can't tell you how excited I am for this. And you may have noticed I've upgraded a little bit. I'm in a different studio today.
You look comfy. You're sitting there. You got a couch.
I know.
You put your arm
Listen,
up.
I'm having to fight the urge to crisscross my
plants?
legs like this. I know. Do you like my bamboo? It's edible. No, I probably shouldn't eat it. That doesn't sound good. I need like some fluffy pillows or something. Maybe on episode 3 or maybe episode 4, I've got a special guest that maybe will sit in studio with me for an episode. I don't know. Maybe if we get good views and get some good questions and stories and stuff like that, maybe I'll make it happen. Speaking of questions and stories, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your weekend, because you were out of town preaching this weekend too.
I was. So we actually started off the weekend. We went Friday to a conference called Mantle Ministries Conference, which is for young ministers. And they said this is the last year I could go because it's only 40 and unders. And unfortunately, I'm old now apparently. But it was awesome, so I was glad we got to go.
That on the
we went out
podcast.
Friday
I
night.
wouldn't have revealed that information.
I know. Oh, sorry. You didn't know that. Now you know. But Tim Gaddy was there preaching from Cabot,
bro.
Arkansas. Man, he did an awesome job, like bringing a good word for young ministers, which I love that. I love when you go to a place and you have a conference for a specific group that the person actually preaches to that specific group.
Bro, Tim
it's a pet
Gaddy
peeve
is
of mine when
like,
they don't.
did you know Tim Gaddy is actually from Illinois? He's an Illinois guy.
He told us that. He told us that at the conference. So
He is a,
but
he
man,
is
that
a former
was a
Illinois
great
guy.
time. That was a great time on Friday night, and then we got up Saturday morning, did the morning session there, and then jumped in the car and drove to East Ridge, Tennessee, which
Man, you were in Tennessee
is kind
too?
of in Georgia.
In
We
Georgia?
were. Well, they said Tennessee, but my GPS said I was in Georgia. We were right there. If we weren't in Tennessee, we were right there. But so we preached Saturday night. We preached. It was a sectional conference, Section 2 Tennessee kids. It was like a master rally, so we had a bunch of kids in there. It was a great time, man. I love it. I love it when you're having when you're having simultaneous services, right? So we were having a kid service. They were having a youth/adult service in the other room. I love it when the adults let out and they come in and they're looking for their kids and they're laying in the altar with tears running down their eyes and they're speaking in tongues. That's the best when mom and dad get to come in there and be like,
Bro.
"Oh, where are they? Oh, they're really having a move of God here." So that was awesome, man. We had a great service Saturday night, and then got to stay on and preach there at the Pentecostals of East Ridge on Sunday morning.
Nice.
Had another phenomenal service. It was just a great weekend, man.
Bro, you
Just a
know,
great weekend.
I don't know about you. I don't think too many people do the simultaneous services anymore that I know of. Like, I don't
You
hear,
know-
you don't hear about that. You used to hear about it all the time, and now you don't hear about it. I don't feel like enough, of doing those.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
think
those are always the best.
I think it's good because, especially like if youth rallies and things, like the kids are coming anyways, so
Yeah.
why not preach to them too? But
Kill two birds with one stone.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Ethan, before we started recording today, I took one card out. Ethan, name a card, any card.
Okay, let's see. 7 of clubs.
No way, bro. 7 of clubs. Right there.
Every time, man, you're on top of it. Every time.
It just never gets old. Never gets old.
Every
Never
time,
gets old.
never gets old.
So Ethan,
You've always got it.
that's what can I say?
Oh, bro, I don't know how good it's going to sound today, but I think it's perfect time for us to get to our favorite segment of the entire show, and that is Travel Tales, Travel Tales. Almost time for Travel Tales. Come along, take my hand. Let's all go to Travel Land. The Travel Tales. It's time for a travel tale. Listen, that didn't sound half as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it sounded good.
I know, man. Who knew I sounded
Brought you
better
down
when
an
I was
octave.
hoarse? I know, man. Real low down there. Steve, it's time for a travel tale today. And I was thinking, you said topic, and this is the first topic that came to mind. We go on the road a lot. We travel a lot. We drive in the car a lot. Thought maybe, I know for sure I've got some stories about being sick on the road. Okay. So I think that this travel tale segment, you have a story about, being sick on the road, traveling, I know I've got one, but you got one, and then maybe I'll share mine after yours. We'll kind of see.
Okay. First of all, being sick on the road is the worst.
Yes, absolutely.
No one likes. First of all, no one likes being sick, but when you're hours and sometimes states away from home, it is the absolute worst. So, if I'm thinking about times I was sick on the road, I've got 2 really good stories. Okay. So you're gonna have to pick. So I'm gonna put one in this hand and one in this hand. So you can either choose today a story about throwing up in a trash can, or using the restroom in the shower.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. My surprise guest for another episode. Hold on just a second. Hey, he says that we should go with story 2. Let's talk about using the restroom in the shower.
Okay. I
So
was hoping you would go with the other one, but that's okay.
Oh,
So let me set the stage.
Set the stage.
Easter weekend. It's a big weekend. It's a big
huge
weekend.
weekend.
We're out of state. We're preaching at a church. They put us up in an Airbnb. It's a beautiful Airbnb. We're in the basement of this big, nice house and a nice farm. Down in the basement, they've got everything's nice. It looks like a magazine, okay? We're there for the weekend. We're preaching Friday, Saturday, and Easter Sunday morning. Friday, on the way there, my daughter starts feeling ill.
Oh, no.
We get there. My wife starts feeling ill.
No.
By the time Friday night rolls around, I'm not feeling good. I'm pretty sure all three of us probably had the flu. I'm talking high fevers. Too. Oh, high fevers, sore throats, the whole nine. Okay. But they brought us in from out of state to do this Easter weekend. So you have to right. preach. You have to do it. So we get through Friday nights. We rest up on Saturday. We get through Saturday nights. And I'm like, okay, Lord, if you'll just give me strength, we just got one more service. We'll get through this. I don't know about the travel back home, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. But if you'll just get us through this, we're up all night with a sick daughter. I mean, just everybody. We're just sick. And so as you're getting sick, as you're feeling all these things tend to happen. And let me just tell you, Ethan, the toilet at this Airbnb stopped working.
No. Whoa. Wait a minute. You're
so there's
sick?
3 people who are sick. And now we're stuck in an Airbnb out in the middle of a farm, out in the middle of nowhere, and the toilet does not work. And so I'm trying to be the provider for my family, right? I've got to take care of my family, and so I've got to figure out a way to get this toilet to work because my wife and my daughter and me, we need this. And so I'm desperately Google searching a place to find somewhere where I can get parts to fix this commode. Desperately searching for a place to find a plunger or something that's going to make this thing work. And did I mention that we also ran out of toilet paper? That makes it even worse.
No, that makes it 10 times worse.
There's no toilet paper. There's not a functioning toilet. The only store I can find is there is a Dollar General that is about a half hour away, but they're closed. And so it's the day before Easter. We're all sick. And I'm like, okay, Lord, if you'll help me get up in the morning, I'll get up early. I will drive. I will buy whatever I can buy to try to get this toilet to work. And I'll come back. I'll get it working. We'll get to this church and we'll get through this. And so I wake up the next morning, and Ethan, as things happen, and I don't want to be graphic or bad, but we're all humans, and we have human systems
bodily
and functions that have to take place. And there was 0 options left. I had done all I could do. I did all I could do to stand, and it was time to sit. And there was nowhere to sit. And so, Ethan, I had to do the unthinkable, and I'm not proud of what I did.
Don't.
But I had to take a shower and handle my business, if you will, and it was not fun.
Help us, Lord.
And I prayed for those Airbnb hosts that the Lord they would forgive us. No, I took care of everything, but I got up, I got ready, I made it. I went 30 minutes away. I was able to purchase a plunger and paper products and cleaning things, and I came back and I took care of my family as a man should. And I went and preached on Sunday. And I don't know, honestly, I can't tell you what I preached about. I know I preached about Jesus Christ and Him crucified. But we had a great service. But I was so sick. It was the absolute worst.
Awful.
But we made it through. To God be the glory, we made it through.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And my wife is going to die that I'm telling this story on a podcast. But Ethan, tell me. All right. So I've exposed myself. And so now tell me, I want to hear a story of Ethan Tucker sick on the road.
First off, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Maybe it's just me. But the longer you do this, and like, I feel like after a year and a half as a new evangelist, like children's evangelist, I mean, any evangelist, but children's evangelist particularly, because you're bringing props and you're bringing stuff with you, puppet stage, things like that. I feel like there's just certain things that, like after a year of traveling, I learned that I'm just going to bring with me anyway. Right. And so
Right.
I bring stuff with me. So like I bring cleaning supplies with me. Now I don't
Right.
re-clean the hotel room every time, but I definitely stay. I mean, you get it. You stay in enough hotels, you just learn what you're looking for. And so like I run my fingers across the top of the picture frames, which sounds insane, or like the headboard to know, are they cleaning this or are they missing this? Like, so this
Right.
is getting a little off track, but I'm gonna bring it back. So I say all that to say this: I bring cleaning supplies with me. I bring disinfectant. I carry wet wipes with me at all times, and I bring at least a roll, if not two, of toilet paper, because not that I'm picky, but some hotels, like I don't know, but I've stayed at hotels where they charge you for extra rolls. Have you ever stayed at a hotel that charges you extra?
No, I've never experienced that, but
Listen, there's a couple. I'm not gonna say where, but there are a couple that I've stayed at that I've just brought them. So I remember I was in a state that was. Do I want to say state name? I don't think I want to say state names. I was in a state
north, south, east, west of here.
south,
Oh, I was
way
giving
south.
you the out just to say all four.
Yeah, so I'll just say south. That's where we'll leave it at. So I was driving. I had several revivals back to back.
South of Canada.
South of Canada, yes. Several, that's right. Several revivals south of Canada. And I was by myself. At the time, I was driving a 2005 Pontiac Vibe hatchback. Okay? It was my first car at 16. Had 320,000 miles on it. Okay?
Nice.
And I am south of Canada. And I'm preaching. I preached the first night, and I already wasn't feeling good. Okay? Like, not necessarily flu, but like, I had checked into where I was staying. I had been in long enough literally to, like, you go in, some people leave you gift baskets and things. I had checked in long enough to take my stuff in, open my suitcase. Literally, I jumped through the shower, got cleaned up, did my hair, shaved my face, which I need to do, get a haircut and shave tonight, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I needed to do all that, got all that done, freshened up, putting deodorant on, getting dressed for church. I'm looking over my scripture, for what I'm going to preach that night. Church is about 25 minutes away, 25-minute drive. And so I go and I get ready for church, and I'm already starting to like feel it in my head. And I am like allergic to cats big time. And the older I've gotten, I didn't used to be, but the older I've gotten, I started that. So, and I'm asthmatic, which sounds awful. The Lord has healed me quite a bit, but I still suffer with it. There are things that will trigger my asthma and like throw me into a tizzy, and it's awesome. It's awful. I bet it's awesome. It's awful, not awesome. And so, get church, go to church. We're done with church. I'm feeling better now that I'm at church. Like I'm breathing good. I don't have so much heaviness in my chest. My stomach isn't hurting. They take me to the best little Mexican restaurant you've ever ate at in your life.
Oh, the best.
The best, because everybody has the best.
Every town's got one.
I went and I'm like, all right. So I went in, I started eating, and I already wasn't feeling great, so I didn't eat a lot of my food, but I really enjoyed the salsa that night. I was just eating. Like I was not stopping myself at that point. At that point, I was like, whatever. I get back to where I'm staying. I walk in, and it's not 5 minutes, and I'm already going to feel like I feel like I'm going to just throw up. Like I don't feel good at all. So I ended up, a lot of other things happened. I'm on the phone with my family, talking to my dad, talking to my mom, telling them how I'm feeling, man, I'm just not feeling good. And I just start, like, I just don't feel good at all. So finally, my dad's like, you know what? Where's the nearest, like, urgent care, like, emergency room? Just go to the emergency room. Like, maybe you got food poisoning. Maybe, like, they can give you something,
Yeah.
So, bro, this is where it gets crazy. I drove to the nearest hospital. I don't know if I've ever told you this story. And they were closed. 30 minutes back to the town, 30 minutes back.
The hospital was closed?
Yes, the ER was closed. And they weren't taking
sign.
no more patients, and I'm not feeling good. So what I ended up doing was, I thought the next nearest hospital, like in a major city, was an hour and 40 minutes away. And I'm not going to name it, but you've been to the same city, so you know exactly the layout of what I'm talking about. Okay. So I went, because we've talked about it. I went And I was leaving there. I went back to where I was staying. I gathered all my stuff, checked out of there, threw it in the car, and I'm driving. I have no choice. Like, I've got to get to a hospital at this point. Like, I feel like death. And I had a Walmart bag because I went to Walmart to buy some chemicals for object lesson. The empty Walmart bag's laying on the floor. All of a sudden, I'm on the phone with my dad. I'm sobbing. My mom is calling, like, ahead, trying to, like, let them know I'm coming. I'm driving myself, like, because the ambulances aren't running right now. Like, I would have called an ambulance. It was that bad. Like, I was that sick, bro.
Wow.
It was awful. I was shaking. I was freezing. Bro, every dress shirt that I had with me, I was, like, putting stuff on. Like, I was trying to I was trying to get warm. I had a blanket in the back seat. I was, like, trying to cover up with a blanket while I'm driving. And then it hits me. I'm going to throw up. And I have nothing but this Walmart bag. So I reached down, I grabbed the Walmart bag. I'm like, Dad's like, what's wrong? I'm like, Mom's trying to pray for me. They're like, oh, Jesus, help him, Lord. Like, they're praying over the phone. I'm like, got the Walmart bag. At one point, I had the Walmart bag, like, over my ear, hanging down, over my mouth. And I'm driving. I've got the bag like this, one hand on the wheel, and I'm going, like, it's just like, I'm feeling, and this, not to be graphic, but I'm feeling
got the
this
Walmart bag beard.
Bro, this bag is getting heavy. Like, I'm having to hold it on my ears. It was bad. Then it hits me. It's coming out of one end. It's getting ready to happen on the other end. And I'm like 15 minutes away. I get to the hospital and they're like, okay, we can't take any more people. I guess they'd been slammed. There was a giant concert in town the same night in that town. A bunch of people got hurt and, like, all this stuff.
That's
wild.
So
I'm like, what do I do? So at this point, I'm like, well, I've already checked out of the other place, so I can't go back. I'm not going to drive back an hour and 45 minutes. My best bet is to stay here in this city and go to the hospital or go to the urgent care first thing in the morning and just ride this out. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. But my asthma was acting up. I was having a hard time breathing. Like, it was, all the things were activated. So I went and I walked into one hotel. I'm pale as can be. I threw the Walmart bag away, in case you're wondering. I already got rid of that.
You didn't smell good.
I wiped my hands. I've wiped my face. I'm like, so no, here's the deal. I tried to smell good for the front desk lady, like, because I didn't want her to turn me away, be like, this dude stinks. Like, I'm not renting him a room. So I'm like lathering cologne on, like, just a couple spritz of cologne to make me smell good. I put a mint in my mouth. I'm like, ma'am, I am so sick. I'm like, I explained everything that happened. She's like, we have no availability. I'm like, I need to use your restroom. And I went into the bathroom, took care of business, was in there for just a little bit, came back out. I'm like, do you know any? She's like, all the hotels in town are sold out. Like, you're going to have to figure this out.
No.
And so I'm like, great day. So I'm sitting here and I'm coming to a close. I'm sitting here and I drove to, I'm not kidding, every decent hotel and the ones that I would never have stayed at. Like, just needing a bathroom. Like, that's all I'm needing at this point. And like, that's just, it's it. Finally, I left my phone number. I left my business card with my phone number on it. I said, if something opens up, she goes, the lady at the front desk that I went to was the only hotel I knew to go to. I'd been to this town before. I had preached in this town before. And actually, a night later, I was going to be back at that place. And so I knew this was the only hotel I knew that was decent I'd ever stayed in that city. And so I told the lady, if something opens up, she goes, I got 3 rooms, didn't check in. If they open up, come on, we'll do it. I said, okay. She called a bunch of people. I went to another hotel. My mom's mad at IHG because they booked a room. They found a room, booked it. I went to it, sold out, glitch in the system. Like, mom's getting on at IHG. I'm trying to figure out Hilton, Choice. Like, we're doing everything. Finally, she calls me. I answer the phone. She goes, Mr. Tucker. I go, yes, ma'am. She goes, I've got a room. Guy didn't check into it. Come, it's yours. I'm holding it for you. But you have to be here before 2:30. At this point, I'm thinking I'm going to have to sleep in my car. It's 2 o'clock. I've got 30 minutes to get across the city. No problem. I get there. I walk in. I got my suitcases. She goes, I got one room. Only problem, there's one problem with the room. I said, what's the problem with the room? She goes, it's a suite and it costs more. I'm like, I don't care. I slapped my credit card down. At this point, I'm just trying to get well enough to continue preaching. Like, I've got a day to recover. I did it. Bro, I go in. I use the bathroom. Took a shower. I laid down. I slept great. I was like, Lord, if you'll heal me, I'll be fine. I was supposed to preach the next day for a church that Sunday morning. I got up, I went, preached the service, felt fine. It there's more to the story, but that was absolutely the worst. I will never forget driving down the road an hour and 45 minutes with a Walmart bag. Just, it was awful. It was awful.
See, and here's the thing. When you tell somebody that you're an evangelist,
Yes.
like these young ministers who are coming up and they feel a call of God in their life, you know, and they're like, I want to be an evangelist, man. They get to travel the world. They get to see the countryside. They get to experience things.
Oh,
no one tells them this. No one tells them that you're going to be driving on the road.
These are the real life stories of evangelists.
with a Walmart bag hung around your beard.
Awful. Like, it was awful. I remember feeling so bad. And I felt bad. Like, I remember going down the next day to the front desk and telling the front desk lady, listen, ma'am, I did some awful things to your bathroom last night. Like, I will clean it. Like, I offered to clean. I remember because I felt so bad. But I was thankful God healed and God restored. I was just glad.
We got through it.
Yeah,
God's good. He's good. He's faithful.
There's so many of those. Well, I tell you, this is something else that made me laugh. And I wanted to ask you this question after episode 1, after we'd done it and got some feedback. I know without a doubt that there are children's pastors and Sunday school teachers, even just saints of God, that have funny, children's ministry stories, church stories. Maybe they've got questions that they want to ask. And so I thought that we kind of talked about it. We're going to do a segment in episode 3 where we answer those questions. And so in order to answer questions or tell stories that other people send into us, they've got to get to us. So you can send those in. If you're watching or listening right now, you can send those in to us. You can email us at the email address that's posted below. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, you can email us at sillyandtuckered@gmail.com. Steve, what else? How else can they reach us to tell us their stories and their questions?
They can DM us on Instagram. They can follow our Facebook page. They can send us a message on Facebook. They can leave a comment on this video on YouTube or whatever avenue they're watching it on. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Oh, yeah. It's everywhere, man. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. We are going international. I don't know if anybody's watching us over there, but
so far just America.
It's just America, but it's close enough. So send us your funny stories. We already have a few that have come in, and I was reading through them, bro. I was reading through this one, and it had me in tears. I hadn't even got a chance to really talk to you. It has got me in tears. It's so funny. Nice, so got that one. I had someone submit a question to me, and I think it's a good question, and I want to ask you this question as we transition just a little bit. They asked me, somebody asked me, how do you come up with a routine for an object lesson? And so that was one of the questions that came in, and I'm sure we'll readdress this there. Speaking of object lessons, I've got something here that I wanted to show you here on this box. I have this box here, just an acrylic box that I got, and I put this tape around it, but it's empty. And a lot of times that's how we can feel. We can feel empty. And so, but you know what? Jesus, he comes in and he begins to work on our heart. When we begin to give Jesus our problems and tell him, he's better than a friend. He begins to shake things up, and all of a sudden he'll come in. He'll come in, and all those blues that are in your life, he'll just take them away, and he'll get rid of them so that there's room for him. And guess what, Steve? This is the great thing about Jesus. He doesn't just want to leave us empty. No. He wants to take his joy so that his joy can reside right in there. I like that a whole lot better than those blues. I'd rather have the joy and the radiant sunshine of the Lord in my spirit. Wouldn't you?
Nice. I love it. Yeah,
like
definitely.
That's what
awesome.
I'm gonna start using.
Little magic trick.
Yeah, a little illusion, little object lesson there.
Speaking I've got one for you.
Of that,
I've got one for you. Hang on.
All right.
So I just got this. Okay, so I'm not great at it, and if I'm going to be fully transparent, I messed this up really bad just today.
Okay.
I had to take the entire thing apart and rebuild it. But here it is.
What is that, a Rubik's Cube?
It's a Rubik's Cube, right?
Okay.
So every kid, they've gotten one of these at some point. They've messed it up, and then they couldn't put it back. They couldn't fix it, and so it gets thrown out or whatever. But again, if you're wanting to take something and make it into a lesson, right?
Yeah.
So this is mixed up and it's messed up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how our lives get sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mixed up and messed up. And we try to do things and say things and do different things that are going to try to fix our problems. But as you and I both know, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do to fix this mess.
Yeah.
But just like you said, when you call on Jesus and you say, Jesus, I need your help. I need you to fix this and
Okay.
put it all back together.
Okay.
He can put everything back just the way it's supposed to be. Just put your life squarely in his hand.
Man, come on, somebody.
Oh, come on. Hit me with the magic song. Come on. We had a magic song.
It's magic.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I love it, man. I love it. I love the fact that children's evangelists, in particular, like you and me, and all of our, we have lots of friends who are children's evangelists. We get to do stuff like this. We get to play with toys, and
Bro,
I love going down the toy aisle at a Walmart or wherever and looking at the toys and thinking, how can I use this to teach kids about Jesus? What truths can I teach them with this?
I sit with stuff next to me all the time. Do you ever find yourself in a hotel room, like prepping for a message? Maybe you're preaching, and it's like, do you take a box with you?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I always have
can-
stuff. Listen, I take ample amounts of tricks and toys and things just to look at and play with.
This is another one. I'll do one more today. This is a new one that I've got. I'm working on a message right now. You know, the Bible says that Jesus is the light, and in order to get the light, let me see. I got some studio lights here. Let me see if I can grab some studio light right there. Okay, I got some studio light. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw it just like that. Isn't that cool? Awesome. But if you're not careful, you know, because we sing that song, "This Little Light of Mine," I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Then we say, "Don't let Satan it out like that." But you have to be careful. Why? Because you're gonna let it shine. Yeah, let it shine, shine, shine. Let it shine. It's like the clapper.
Love it.
Yes, man. Well, hey, Steve, that brings us to our serious part of our episode today, and that is our ministry moment. Steve, I know you've got something good on your heart for our ministry moment, so why don't you go ahead and share with our people and our viewers listening today our ministry moment.
Like I was saying earlier in the podcast, this weekend we traveled. We went to that Mantle Ministries, right? And it was a conference for young ministers, for young guys and gals who feel the call of God in their life. And Brother Gaddy preached, like I said, on Friday night. He preached a phenomenal message. And then Saturday morning we had breakout sessions and stuff. And then we had to leave. We had to leave to get on the road to travel. But while we were traveling, we watched the service they had the live stream. The church had live streamed it. And Brother Gaddy got up and he taught a lesson. It wasn't preaching per se, but he taught a lesson, just a really good practical lesson for young ministers, and honestly for any minister. If you've been doing this for 10 years, 20 years, these 7 principles apply. And I was driving down the road and I was like, oh, that one's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. And I told my wife, I was like, this is good. Like I feel like every young minister, every kid's evangelist, every preacher, like whatever it is that you feel like you're called to do, I think these 7 things that Brother Gaddy was talking about is what we need to hear. And so I jotted them down. I wrote them down on a piece of paper, and I'm not going to teach his lesson. You have to go back and look for it on the internet.
Listen to it.
But he gave 7 principles that you need to apply to your life if you're going to be the man or the woman of God that God's called you to be. And so number 1, I won't belabor the point, but number 1, he said, you need to prayerfully choose your spouse, which is great advice. And we all know it's great advice. Now I'm married and you're not yet. And so these are things that I know to be true. And I know you know this too, because who you attach yourself to, that's going to either help you or hinder you in some way. And so the number 1 thing he said for a young minister, a young person coming up, whatever it is you're wanting to get into, prayerfully choose your wife or your husband or your wife. Don't just go into it, willy-nilly, but really pray about it and let God lead you in that, because that person's gonna help with your ministry. They're gonna be a helpmeet to you.
Yeah.
Number 2 is he said this: attach yourself to spiritual leaders.
Yeah.
Stay close to the man of God.
Yeah.
If you want to be a preacher, stay close to your preacher. Stay close to your pastor. Learn from them. You can learn just by being close to them. And he was talking about just spending time with your pastor and just
so good.
Showing up to the church and offering your services, but just staying close to the man of God, because a lot of things you can pick up just from being close to him. So attach yourself to spiritual leaders.
So
Number 3, he said, is develop mentors.
Yeah.
And this was really good. He went into real in depth on this, but he was talking about developing mentors. So, and I don't know about you. Do you have a mentor?
I do. My mentor
Nice.
is a fellow kids evangelist, Phil Wagner.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I can tell you, I did this wrong. Because I did what Brother Gaddy told us not to do. I decided that I wanted a mentor, right? This has been several years ago, and I reached out to someone. I said, "Hey, will you consider being my mentor?" Right? And I just asked them, and they agreed. But what I failed to do is I failed to develop that mentor. I failed to follow up. I was expecting them to do all the work, but what Brother Gaddy says, don't wait on them to do everything.
Yeah.
You reach out to them. You keep them informed of what's going on. Let them know what's happening in your life, and they'll pray for you. And as that relationship builds and develops, it'll become something that's very beneficial to both of you. So develop mentors. Number 4 is, he said, you need to this is good, get over the need to be recognized or elevated.
Yes. Come on, talk about it.
Because a lot of times a young minister you think, oh, I've got the call of God in my life. I'm somebody. Air quotes.
Yeah.
And he said, you got to get over that immediately. It's not about recognition, and it's not about those, all
absolutely right.
The bright lights and your name on the whatever on the sign out front.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of that need, because when God's calling you into ministry, there's going to be steps you take, and it might not seem like the most glamorous thing. There might be days, and he gave this example. He was like, and everybody's heard this, if you're too good to clean the toilets, then you're too good to be behind the pulpit.
Yes.
He's saying, it's not always about the recognition. So get over that.
Hey, I started. That's how I started. We were a NAM church, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's how we started. So I love that we have good, godly men like Brother Gaddy and several others that are willing and not afraid to just say that.
Yeah.
Get over and let's get to where we're really here. If we're really here for the Lord, it starts at servanthood. Be a servant in your local church. And I've always been told this way: God can't trust you with something big until He can trust you with the small things that everybody thinks doesn't really matter.
It's a principle. It's in His Word.
Yeah.
You got to be faithful with the small things.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I could preach that. Anyways,
Yes.
Number 5.
Number
5, he said, is be genuinely interested in people.
Yes.
A lot of times we're worried about our message, and you're worried about what you're doing and this and that, and you could just blaze right past somebody.
Yeah.
And he said, if you want to be a minister, if you want to grow in ministry, you have to be genuinely interested in people. You got to take the time, just like us, as a kids evangelist. There's little kids sitting right there, watch us. Yeah, we're busy. We got things to do. We need to get ready for the service. But we have to be genuinely interested in that little fella or that little girl.
Making
and
relationships.
Take the time. Yes, exactly. To connect with them, connect with people. Number 6 is, he said, you need to learn to hear the voice of God.
Yeah.
And this is big because, and he pointed this out. And some of the things he was saying is like things that I've gone through in my younger years of ministry. Is he said, it's not always going to be this booming voice from heaven, and you need to realize that and recognize that, and you need to find where His voice is.
Right.
You need to find time. You take out time for prayer and take out time for Bible reading and find that voice of God in your life, whether it's just a nudge or if it's just a gentle whisper or whatever it is. But you need to tune your ears to hear the voice of God in your life.
God has, yes.
Because if you're not following His voice, then you're not really ministering, are you?
Right.
And number 7, the last one he said was this: be faithful where you are, and God will take care of advancement. Be faithful where you are, and God will take care of advancement.
So good.
And he told this story, Ethan, and I'm going to close it out with this.
Okay.
He told the story of Elijah and Elisha. And he said, one day, God spoke to Elijah, the older minister, and said, I want you to go and anoint Elisha. Go anoint him. He's going to be taking your place, right? Go and find him. And so the Bible says that he went and he found Elisha. And where was Elisha? He was in a field plowing. And Brother Gaddy was telling this story, and it was funny. And he said, why was he plowing the field? Ethan, why was he plowing in the field?
Yeah. Why
Because the field needed to be plowed.
Right.
That's
it was
why.
Necessary work.
He was doing what needed to be done.
Yeah.
He wasn't out looking for Elijah. He wasn't out looking for an advancement or a place to preach. He said, hey, this field needs to be plowed, so I'm going to plow it. Be faithful where you are. Whatever field you're in, look around you. Look around at your church. What in your church what field in your church needs to be plowed? Maybe there's a line of people waiting to get into the pulpit, but no one's working with the kids, or no one's working with the youth right now. There's fields that need to be plowed. And so if you want God to advance you, you need to be faithful in the field you're in.
Yeah.
Plow the field until God advances you. Elisha, just keep plowing the field that needs to be plowed. Elijah's going to come. He's going to anoint you. You're going to take the mantle. You're going to move into that position. But right now, plow the field, man.
Bro, I think
plow the field.
It's so good.
Man, I thought that was so good.
Those are all such good principles, and every one of them is true. Like I can remember when I first got started in children's ministry. Can you believe that this year is going to be 12? Is it 12 years? 12 years? Somewhere in there?
Yeah, I think that's what you said
12
in
years,
the last episode. 12 years.
Episode. So I slept since then. But, I mean, 12 years ago.
Just think, a lot of the kids you're ministering to were born the day you got started.
Yes. And here's what's even crazier. One of the best pieces of advice that was ever given to me was, Ethan, you have two choices. Okay? What are my two choices? You can push, and you can promote, and you can, say, hey, look at me. Hey, you should have me come do this. You should have me come do that. Or you can just be faithful and do what you're doing now, and the Lord will just open the doors, and it'll happen. And I'm very proud of the fact that, and maybe proud is not the right word, but that's the word that comes to mind. I'm very proud and happy with the fact that I have always been that person. Now, growing up, we started in NAM church, of course. So, I mean, like I told in episode 1, This Is Us, I told that story a little bit, kind of ended what I did, but I just had to do it out of necessity. Like I didn't have the choice. It's just kind of what we did. But I didn't just do it because I was told to. I did it because I wanted to. It was ministry. It's what I felt to do. I felt called to do this, and I still feel called to do this. And I tell people, somebody asked me the other day, when are you going to stop traveling? Like, do you think you'll ever stop traveling? Not when. Do you ever think you'll stop traveling? And I told them, when God says I'm done, then I'm done. Like, I'm done. Now, God has not told me that. God has not told me I'm done. I very much still feel, I've prayed about this even recently to ask God, because I pray about it often. God, I want to be as effective as you want me to be. You're doing this. Yeah. I've never called somebody and been like, hey, you know what? You should have me come preach for you. Like, and I'm happy about that because I've just trusted God, and God has opened the doors. And so I can attest to that seventh principle. When you're faithful at your home church, every time someone's called or asked, and I'm sure it's probably been the same for you, I was just being faithful in the field that God had put me in. And I'm still being faithful here. And I think that faithfulness in the field you're in doesn't stop just because another opportunity comes along or a preaching engagement comes along. We absolutely have to continue to be faithful in the field that we're in and still serve, because the Bible says He won't put more on us than we can handle. And so God is giving opportunities for us to go out and use our talents that we are perfecting and that we are learning to use here over in the field that God's calling us to be. It's so good. That was such a good 10 out of 10 ministry moment, man. That was awesome.
Awesome.
We could stay on there.
Ethan, we've come to the end of our time.
We have.
An entire episode. Episode 2.
I can't
We've
believe
done this.
it.
People said it couldn't be done. They said there's no way these two will sit down and make this happen. We've done 2 episodes, Ethan.
We've done 2 episodes.
2 full episodes.
Listen, I got to ask you a question. We're recording this today. It's going to come out in the near future. But I got news for you. Friday, I don't know how your schedule looks, but I know your schedule and my schedule are probably picking up. So that means it's going to be exciting, because we're going to start taking this show on the road. We're going to start traveling on the road. we're
this
taking
fancy studio is about to turn into a hotel room
all
or
of this. Yes,
evangelist quarters
Come
or,
on, man.
or a Chili's.
A Chili's. Hey, I'm down for
I
a
like
Chili's.
Chili's.
Welcome to Chili's. You can come. Chips and salsa do it. Hey, but Steve, we do need some help for our next episode because episode 3 is coming up. And like we said earlier, we want your story. We want your craziest stories that you have in children's ministry. Steve, I'm even going to say, even in ministry, we want your crazy stories. Send them to us. Ask us your questions. It can be about children's ministry. It can be about object lessons, storytelling, puppetry, anything like that. If we don't have an answer, we'll get you one, or we'll make one up that sounds real, and we'll make it seem like it's a real answer. I think that's even funner to do. I did have
and
somebody.
then I think we're obligated, Ethan, to say like, subscribe, share, comment.
I need an organ button now.
Any other words we need to say?
Yeah, share it with your friends. Post it on MySpace, your space, YouTube. Post. Reels. Comment. We're gonna have a great time. So send us those videos. You can, Steve. They can send it to that email address. Let's drop it in. Let's point right now and drop it in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom!
3, 2,
it's going
boom.
in there right there. You can send it if you're watching on YouTube to sillyandtuckered@gmail.com. Follow us on all the socials. Follow our personal social medias. You can DM us stories and questions there. We'll gladly respond to you there as well. Follow us on Facebook. Like, subscribe. It's gonna be a great time. Hey, Steve, I gotta end it with this. Okay.
All right.
Right now. Okay. I just got a message. Literally right now. I've got my iPad sitting right here. I just got a message come through. It was a question, okay? And this question was asking us if we would ever do a full episode on impromptu storytelling. And I said to the question back, I think that's a great idea. So I think we've got a good idea for episode 4. So and then I've got a list of guests here. They've sent me a list of guests. So I think it's okay to say this. If you'd like to see a guest on the pod with us, comment, drop their name below, and we'll see you on episode 4.
See you later. Episode 3. This is 2.
3. I was homeschooled.
3.
See you next time.
See you guys.
See ya.